You guys grab your drink, okay? And while you are grabbing your drink and getting prepared for our everyday hydration station, cheers. Tomorrow is the big day. My Sassy Christmas merch edition officially launches. It'll be live at 8 a.m. EST. And I can't wait to get your thoughts on all the designs. And it's just so cute and fun. So cheers. I hope you're having a great day. Cheers, baby. This cup's a little dirty. Terrible wedding fails, people ruining the wedding, just all the entitled people, the fails, everything, you know? Drunken mistakes. It's just all there. The sister of the bride who wasn't invited showed up drunk and got in a fight with the bride until the father of the bride broke it up by putting the sister in a chokehold and dragging her out of the venue. The bride was surprisingly fine afterward. Well, talk about some family drama. You would expect the sister to be in the bridal party, but I guess not. I saw the bride and groom get into a huge argument where the bride produced their actual marriage license and set it on fire in front of the entire reception. Good times. Well, that seems like a healthy relationship. Might as well get married. Super healthy. Super healthy reaction to an argument. Not at all toxic, not at all a red flag. I can't imagine being in the audience of that or being in that marriage and actually doing something like that. I was an attendant at my best friend's wedding. Her father walked her down the aisle, and while he was not visibly drunk, he had a hard time walking behind her to take his seat. He stepped on her dress, ripping it from back and down to her butt, which revealed her red thong. Thanks, Dad. They had to stop the wedding so she could find safety pins. Not only is it embarrassing because you got all these family and then your spouse's family and your butt's out in a red thong, but then your dress is ruined for the rest of the event. Now I'm gonna have that fear in my mind of someone stepping on the back of my dress on my wedding day. I will make sure I wear a white thong. Someone bit the DJ because he refused to play a certain song. Bit, like took a bite out of this DJ because he wouldn't play a certain song. What did the DJ do? I don't get paid enough for that. Like, I am out of there. Someone, I will leave you an aux cord, do your thing, give me my paycheck, and I'll see you later. Hell no, ain't nobody freaking biting me. I was the flower girl in a wedding when I was 6. The ceremony was going fine until the kiss. Ooh, what happened with the kiss? The groom looked at the crowd, laughed, and said, "I don't want to kiss her." Everyone thought he was joking, but he really would not kiss his bride and left her standing there totally embarrassed. Even at age 6, I was dumbfounded. The marriage lasted less than a year. Well, let me tell you this. The minute that man says those words to me, I'm going to take my I do right back and put it in my pocket and save it for somebody else. Okay? Not a chance. I would not even finish. I would say, "Oh, okay, sir, I know we just said I do, but can we just retract that statement? I haven't signed the witness papers yet. That comes after the kiss, right? So we're still good. No, thank you." I'll be damned. I will be damned if you try to pull that. There were 4 separate fist fights, and the bride was involved in 2 of them. She threw the first punch in the second fight. Dang. The bride, I wasn't expecting that. When I heard 4 fist fights, I was like, dang, those guests are rowdy, or you got some family drama. Nope, bride was in 2 of them, and she threw the first punch. What did someone do that the bride is throwing the first punch on her wedding day? I gotta know. The bride's stepmother and mother got into a fight. The stepmother bit the mother. That wedding came to a screeching halt. What is with the biting? Why are we using that as our weapon of choice? Biting. Full-grown women biting. You know, I have divorced parents, I have a mother, and I do have a stepmother, and thank God, they are very respectful to each other and very kind to each other, because can you imagine? That would suck. My mother-in-law handed out my new sister-in-law's EP to as many guests as she could and threw a fit in the middle of the dance floor later that night because I didn't let her daughter sing with the band. Her exact words were, "How dare you? Well, like, good for you for releasing an EP. You know, like, I love that for you and I'll support you and maybe I'll promote it elsewhere, not at my wedding, but on social media with friends and family. Like, this is my wedding day. Truly. Like, how dare you? How dare you? This is my day. I can do whatever I want. It'd be different if you asked ahead of time and said, hey, do you mind to promote her new EP if she sings a song? Even just one off her new album or something? Like, communication. For the bouquet toss, a middle-aged guy forced his middle-aged girlfriend out onto the floor, then stood by her so she couldn't leave. Oh, that's awkward. The bouquet was caught by an excited little girl. The guy proceeded to yank the bouquet out of the little girl's hands, give it to his girlfriend, and then run off the floor, cheering loudly and high-fiving one of his buddies. The little girl ran away crying. That's terrible. Why would you ever do that? So ridiculous. I need someone to tell me, has it ever actually happened that the person who caught your bouquet at your wedding got married next? Out of all the people out there in the crowd waiting to catch it. If you guys know me, I'm not gonna do all these things at my wedding, like the bouquet toss, the garter. Like, it's just not my thing. I don't like, if you catch it, you're getting married next. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. But like, let me know if it's actually happened, because then maybe I'll believe in it a little bit. I was at a wedding where one of the bridesmaids had gotten married a month earlier and thought it was a good idea to change out of her dress and into her wedding dress for the reception. You really thought that was a good idea. The rest of us at the wedding party told her to change back. She decided to stand at the head of the buffet line and tell each and every one of us how she really felt about us. Booze was involved, so you can imagine how it went. She refused to change out of her wedding dress until one of the other bridesmaids locked her in a bathroom and told her to change, or it was going to get physical. She changed and left not long after. The rest of the reception was a fantastic time. Yeah, you need to be better at picking friends. That ain't your friend. I don't care about alcohol. I hate when people are like, oh, I was drunk. Well, that excuse can only go so far. You know, I've been really drunk. Yeah, I've been drunk. Like, could have ended up in the hospital drunk. No exaggeration, like back in my day. And I was never like a rude or crappy person. It didn't make me just become like, oh, this terrible friend. You know what I mean? Like, even having drunken fights with, like, when you're drunk with your friends and having little tiffs with them. But to do all this, like, before you got drunk, your wedding dress is at the venue, which means you planned this when you were sober. This was premeditated. That's concerning. There was an 8-year-old boy who had loads of confetti in his hand. Turns out he thought it was sugar paper, ate all of it, and then proceeded to projectile vomit everywhere through the middle of the ceremony. It was one of the funniest and most disgusting moments of my life. Where was the 8-year-old boy's parents as he was just shoveling loads of confetti into his mouth and digestive system? No one saw him after the first bite and was like, hey man, like, it's not edible. I get how it's funny, but like, poor guy, that must have been rough. Confetti, could have choked. I choked once when I was around that age on an ice cube. No joke. Worst, most terrifying moment of my life. And my mom and my stepdad, they had like guests over, like family friends. And I choked on this ice cube because I put a huge ice cube in my mouth. And I was just sucking on it, and then it slid. It slid down and got caught in my throat. And I went out into the living room and I couldn't speak, so I didn't know how to tell my mom that I was choking. And she literally started doing the Heimlich on me. But luckily, the ice cube, because of the heat from inside my throat, it started melting and it just went and just slid right down. If it wasn't an ice cube, like, probably could have died. No joke. Most terrifying moment of my life. And my mom taught me after that moment, she's like, and all my siblings, she was like, if you are choking, do this. Like, don't touch your neck, but this is like the symbol for choking. I guess you cross your hands and you go, to let someone know, like, I'm freaking choking. Because she didn't know what I was doing. I walked in and I'm like, and she was like, what are you doing? Because I'm weird. She probably thought I was like just doing a skit. I went to my cousin's wedding where the groom and groomsmen wore tuxedo t-shirts. When it was time for the groom to say, I do, he said, ah, shoot, I guess. How romantic. Shortly after eating, he and his friends proceeded to light the trash on fire and shoot clay pigeons behind the house. That's a different wedding. you know, to each their own. Everyone has a different vision for their wedding day. This is not mine, but I would like to be a guest. I mean, I'm not trying to shoot anything. I also don't want to light trash on fire. Maybe it's best I wasn't invited. All right, guys, I am getting out of here. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy. And you know the drill. I will see you tomorrow afternoon.